Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a moment in life when you realize something powerful. People may overlook your efforts, but Allah never does. You may push yourself, cry in silence, work tirelessly behind the scenes, and no one sees it. But the one who controls your destiny sees every heartbeat, every step, every intention. Today, I want to remind you of one simple, life-changing truth. Sparkles, let Allah see your energy. Let Allah see your effort. Sparkles, because what you do for people may be forgotten, but what you do for Allah is written forever. Allah rewards effort, not perfection. Your sincerity matters more than the outcome. This is one of the most comforting and empowering truths in our faith. It reminds us that we are not expected to be flawless, nor are we required to achieve greatness in the eyes of people. What matters to Allah is the sincerity behind your actions, the intentions behind your choices, and the effort you put into becoming a better version of yourself. Perfection was never demanded from you, sincerity was. You may try to improve your prayer, but some days your mind wanders. You may try to stop a bad habit, but you might fall again. You may try to become more patient, more kind, more disciplined, but your journey doesn't always look straight or smooth. And that is okay. Allah does not judge you by how perfectly you perform. He judges you by how sincerely you try. The struggle itself is sometimes more beloved to Him than the final result. Think about this. Every time you push yourself to do the right thing, even when it's hard, you are already succeeding in the sight of Allah. Every moment you pause to check your intention, every time you fight your laziness, your ego, your desires, those moments are written as victories. Even a small improvement, a quiet repentance, a hidden effort that no one else sees, is seen clearly by the one who created your heart and knows its battles. Allah knows how many times you wanted to give up but didn't. He knows the weight you carry. He knows the fears you don't speak about. He knows the sincerity behind every dua you make, even when your voice trembles. He knows the effort behind every step you take toward becoming better, even if progress feels slow. And He rewards every bit of it generously. This is why you should never underestimate your small acts of goodness. A short prayer said with a sincere heart may be more powerful than a long prayer prayed without focus. A small charity given quietly may be heavier on the scales than a huge one done for show. A single apology, whispered to Allah after a mistake, may be more beloved to Him than someone else's outward righteousness. Allah looks at your heart, your sincerity, your effort, and your willingness to keep going. So don't chase perfection. Chase sincerity, chase effort, chase the pleasure of Allah. Because in the end, the journey you make toward Him with all its struggles, imperfections, and attempts is what earns you His mercy and reward. Every small struggle, hidden tear, and silent sacrifice is seen, counted, and valued by Allah. Nothing you endure goes unnoticed by the one who is closer to you than your own heartbeat. Even when the world has no idea what you are carrying, even when no one appreciates what you are going through, Allah knows every detail, not just of your actions, but of your emotions, your intentions, and your private battles. There are moments when you cry quietly at night because of stress, fear, or heartbreak. No one else hears those tears fall, but Allah does. He hears every breath you take in your pain, every whisper of your dua, every tremble in your heart. And He records every one of those moments with absolute precision. Not a single tear you shed for His sake is wasted. Not a single hardship you endure with patience goes unnoticed. Not a single sacrifice you make in silence is ignored by Him. Sometimes you help others while struggling yourself. You smile even though you are hurting. You stay silent to keep peace, even when you are misunderstood. You forgive when holding a grudge would have been easier. These silent acts, unseen by people, are fully seen and valued by Allah. Even the internal battles that no one else knows about, the moments when you choose to restrain your anger, resist temptation, or swallow your ego, these are all victories in the sight of Allah. You may think, no one sees what I'm dealing with, no one understands how hard this is, but Allah knows. And His knowledge isn't passive, it is compassionate, generous, and full of reward. He is Al-Basir, the all-seeing. He is Al-Alim, the all-knowing, and He is Ash-Shakur, the one who appreciates your effort more than you can imagine. Sometimes Allah hides your struggle from people because He wants to reward you privately. Sometimes He delays ease because He wants to elevate you spiritually. And sometimes He allows the tears to fall because each one washes away sin and brings you closer to Him. Your quiet patience, your small acts of endurance, your hidden faithfulness, all of it is written with honor. So whenever you feel alone in your pain, remind yourself, Allah is watching, Allah is recording, and Allah is rewarding. Not a single moment of your struggle is wasted. Every tear has a purpose. Every sacrifice has a reward. Every silent battle has a divine witness. And Allah will never let your efforts go without His mercy, His justice, and His love. Your job is to try. Allah's job is to open doors you cannot even imagine. This is one of the greatest truths that brings peace to the heart and strength to the soul. We often burden ourselves with worries about outcomes, results, and how things will work out. We think we have to control every step, every detail, every possibility. But the reality is far simpler and far more comforting. You are only responsible for your effort, your intention, and your sincerity. The rest, all of it, belongs to Allah. When you try, even if the effort seems small, even if it feels insignificant, Allah sees it. When you push yourself to be better, when you take the first step, when you begin the journey of change, Allah responds by opening doors that you never expected, doors you never planned for, doors you never even knew existed. He can create solutions from places you least expect. He can write ease into situations that look impossible. He can shape outcomes beyond your imagination. But that journey begins with you trying. It begins with you taking that first intentional step. It begins with you saying, Ya Allah, I am trusting you, I am moving forward, help me. Allah does not ask you to finish everything. He does not ask you to control destiny. He simply asks you to try and trust Him with what comes after. Think of all the moments when you feared failure, but something unexpectedly worked out. Think of the times you didn't know how you would survive a difficulty, yet a way opened. Think of the blessings you received without planning them, the opportunities that arrived without warning, the relief that came at the exact moment you needed it. These were not coincidences. These were doors opened by Allah because you continued trying, hoping, and praying. Sometimes the doors open immediately, sometimes they open slowly, and sometimes they open in ways you don't recognize until much later. But they always open. Allah never leaves effort unrewarded. He never leaves sincerity unanswered, and He never leaves a heart that relies on Him unsupported. So do your part. Try with sincerity, work with purpose, take the steps you can. Don't let fear stop you. Don't let doubt hold you back. Your job is the effort. Allah's job is the result. And when Allah handles the outcome, it will always be better, wiser, and more beautiful than anything you could have planned for yourself. When life gets heavier, increase your effort because hardships are opportunities to rise. Every struggle you face carries within it a hidden door, a hidden lesson, a hidden elevation designed specifically for you. Difficulties are not signs of Allah's rejection. They are often signs of His preparation. They refine your character, deepen your faith, and strengthen your heart. When things get tough, it is not a moment to slow down or retreat. It is a moment to push harder, to rise, to become better, and to let Allah see your sincerity in the middle of the storm. Hardship is not meant to break you, it is meant to polish you. Just as gold becomes purer in fire, you become stronger through challenges. The pain you feel is a sign that something within you is growing. The weight you carry is building resilience. The tears you shed are washing your soul. When life becomes heavy, it is easy to complain, to stop trying, or to feel defeated. But a believer sees beyond the difficulty. A believer sees opportunity. A believer sees a chance to earn rewards that cannot be obtained in moments of ease. When your days feel overwhelming, increase your effort in prayer. When your heart feels lost, increase your connection to Allah. When your plans collapse, increase your faith that Allah's plan is far greater than your own. Hardships push you towards sincerity, because it is in hardship that you pray differently, cry differently, and remember Allah differently. You return to Him with a heart that is raw, honest, and real. Life becomes heavy for a reason. Sometimes Allah wants to redirect you. Sometimes He wants to purify you. Sometimes He wants to elevate you. And sometimes He simply wants you to call upon Him with more desperation and more love. The heavier the test, the higher the rank it carries with it, if you respond with patience, trust, and effort. When you push through hardship, you discover strengths you never knew you had. You unlock blessings that were hidden behind struggle. You witness Allah's help in ways you never imagined. And you rise not because life became easier, but because you became stronger. So when life gets heavier, don't back down, don't freeze, don't quit. Increase your effort. Increase your reliance on Allah. Because your hardest moments may be the moments that lift you to the greatest heights in this life and the next. Energy put into worship, character, patience, and kindness builds your Akhirah. Every action you do with the intention of pleasing Allah becomes a brick in the home you are building for yourself in the hereafter. Nothing is too small, nothing is too simple, and nothing is wasted when it is done for His sake. The time, the effort, the struggle, all of it is an investment that will return to you in the form of light, mercy, and eternal reward. When you pray, even on days when your heart feels distracted or tired, that effort carries weight. When you make dua, even when you are unsure how things will unfold, those whispered words rise higher than you can imagine. Worship is not just a ritual. It is a statement of loyalty, love, and surrender to Allah. Every moment of it becomes a deposit into your Akhirah, a reward waiting patiently for you on a day when you will desperately need it. Your character, too, builds your hereafter. The way you speak, the way you treat others, the way you control your temper, your ego, and your tongue, all of it shapes your destiny. Sometimes one kind word can outweigh mountains of deeds. Sometimes one moment of restraint can save you from regret in this world and punishment in the next. Good character costs nothing, yet it enriches your scale beyond measure. Patience is one of the greatest builders of the Akhirah. When you restrain yourself from anger, when you endure hardship with trust, when you continue trying even when life becomes heavy, every second of that patience is written as reward. Angels are commanded to record your sacrifice. The pain that you carry silently becomes a form of worship that transforms your soul and purifies your heart. Patience opens doors that nothing else can open. Kindness, too, is a currency of the Akhirah. Every gentle gesture, every smile, every act of generosity is seen by Allah. You never know which small act may be the one that grants you immense forgiveness. Feeding someone, uplifting a broken heart, supporting a struggling soul, or simply being a source of comfort. These actions echo into eternity. Your energy is never lost, your effort is never ignored. Allah multiplies what you give, what you endure, and what you do for others. With every act of worship, every moment of patience, every kind deed, and every instance of good character, you are building a future far more valuable than anything in this world, a future in gardens of the Akhirah. If you walk toward Allah with effort, He runs toward you with mercy and unimaginable blessings. This is one of the most beautiful promises in our faith. Allah is not distant from you. He is not waiting for you to be perfect. He is simply waiting for you to take one sincere step toward Him. And when you do, He responds in ways far greater than your effort, far kinder than your expectations, and far more generous than your imagination. A single step toward Allah can change your entire life. When you make the decision to pray, to repent, to improve your character, or to leave a sin behind even if you struggle, Allah sees that effort. He sees your intention. He sees your sincerity. He sees your desire to be closer to Him, and He does not let that effort go unanswered. Instead, He surrounds you with mercy, guides your heart, strengthens your resolve, and places blessings in your life that you did not even think were possible. This promise teaches you something powerful. You don't need to make giant leaps to reach Allah. You don't need to transform overnight. You simply need to start. Walk toward Him with whatever strength you have, whatever faith you have, whatever brokenness you have, and Allah will meet you with more love than you can contain. He will open doors you never expected, remove burdens you thought would crush you, and bring you peace that people spend their whole lives searching for. When you try to fix your relationship with Allah, He fixes things in your life that you didn't even realize were broken. When you move toward Him with a sincere heart, He places tranquility inside you that no hardship can shake. When you give Him your small, imperfect efforts, He rewards you with blessings that are perfect, complete, and overflowing. Sometimes, Allah's help doesn't come in the way you expect. Sometimes the blessings arrive disguised as delays, redirections, or hardships that eventually lead you to something far better. But rest assured, His response is always there. His mercy always moves toward you faster than you move toward Him. So don't hesitate to take that step. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't let fear or guilt hold you back. Walk toward Allah with honesty, humility, and effort. No matter how small your step is, Allah will run toward you with compassion, forgiveness, and blessings beyond anything you could have planned for yourself. In the end, my beloved brothers and sisters, your journey to Allah is not measured by perfection, but by effort, by the sincerity of your heart and the strength of your intention. Every small struggle you face, every tear you shed in silence, every sacrifice you make without recognition, is seen and valued by the One who created you. Your only responsibility is to keep trying, to keep walking, to keep striving with whatever strength you have. Because when you do your part, Allah opens doors you never imagined, blesses you in ways you never expected, and surrounds you with mercy greater than anything you have ever experienced. Life will get heavy, but that weight is not meant to crush you. It is meant to raise you. It is meant to push you toward patience, worship, character, and kindness, all of which build your Akhirah piece by piece. And with every sincere step you take toward Allah, He runs toward you with love, forgiveness, and unimaginable blessings. So leave this moment with a renewed heart. Renew your effort, renew your energy, renew your commitment to do your best, no matter the circumstances. Because Allah sees you, Allah values you, and Allah will never allow a single moment of your effort to be lost. May He make every step you take toward Him a source of light in this world and a means of elevation in the next. Ameen.